Welcome back, everybody, to Be the Trader. I'm pretty stoked right now, and I actually took a small loss. It's probably a half R, which is why I'm happy, because number one, it was the only setup that was there for me that I had shares to borrow, and that was GNPX, which I'm noticing with stocks under $1, the strategy that I like to use in terms of, just for layman terms, a gap and crap, isn't really working as well. So it might be something that I would say, I don't know, completely get rid of yet, but more so reduce the size to where half R is max loss, and maybe just do more of a quarter R until I can really figure out these under $1 stocks. I really don't trade those often. Most of my stocks are between $1 and $10, but occasionally I do. And I have this dog neighbor, I don't know if you can hear it, but he's barking right now and it's annoying. But anyway, so SAEX was the number one play today, and that's the stock that I actually wanted to trade but was not able to trade. And the reason for that is because there was no shares. Well, there were shares to borrow, but it was at 25 cents a share, and I'm not paying 25 cents a share to borrow shares. It's just ridiculous. For those of you who don't know, when you short stocks, you have to sometimes pay to borrow those shares. And I'm willing to pay sometimes 10 cents, but most of the time 1 to 5 cents max is what I want. But paying 25 cents a share is just stupid. But in hindsight, I mean, it looks great because it would drop from 450 down to 280, which is amazing. I would have caught that play. I probably wouldn't have gotten in that 450. Actually, I know I wouldn't have. I probably had an average of 410. Knowing how I trade, and it would have been a great trade though. But what I'm happy about is when I missed this opportunity, and one of my buddies caught it, so good job, my man, Carl. But when I missed this opportunity, I actually was only looking at GNPX. I had a very tight risk. I shorted it, and I cut it because I ended up being wrong, and it squeezed. I mean, it went from, I had an average of 80. I got out at 85. It went up to 109 is what it's saying right now. So I saved myself a pretty big headache, and then now it's at 74. So overall, it is going in my direction, but that's these things with these sub-penny stocks, or penny stocks, if you will, because I think they just trade a little differently than the other stocks I'm used to in small caps. And that being said, it's something I'm going to recognize, like I said before. But what I'm really stoked about is, number one, yes, I was very frustrated when I saw SAEX tanking. My buddy was a part of it because he was smart and apparently got shares way early this morning, which is something that I'm not too fond of, but I forgot. And if I look at this, it's a low float, so it's smart to do that. I completely forgot about that. So kudos to him. I missed it completely. And that frustration, coupled with a quick loss at the open, was frustrating. And usually, and this is something I'm working on, I had the urge to reshort this soon. And maybe not right away, but right when one failed, I had the urge. And usually that would have been a bad play. It would have been, maybe it broke one, came back under, and hovered around the 80s, and then squeezed. And the reason I say that is because GNPX is a 6 million float, and it's already traded 7.7 million. So it's already rotated its float, and that's something that I've learned from AIHS. I don't want to be part of those. I don't want to be short on those, at least. If anything, I'm going to play them on the long side, which I'm proud to say that on my paper account, I'm long on that stock, just small, but it's paper, and I'm also long on MYOV because MYOV is it's on track to rotate its float. It says a 33 million float. It's at 27.5 million as I'm recording this. It's 10:22 Eastern time, and it is, by the way, it is on Tuesday the 19th, just to keep you up to date. But I'm happy because I'm doing longs on my paper account, which is something I want to work on consistently so I can see what's working and what's not. But I'm also not forcing trades after taking a loss, so I'm proud of that. I cut the loss right away. I never had a problem with cutting losses, but I would have the problem with jumping in and making that revenge. So overall, I mean, today I feel pretty good. Yesterday, I made no trade at all, which was Monday the 18th. I didn't place any trade because there was no opportunity for me in my setup. So I felt good about that I didn't force anything. I wasn't trying to, look for something too hard. What I've noticed for myself, I can determine in the first, sometimes before even the market open, if there's going to be an opportunity for me. And most of the times after the first 10 minutes, and yeah, I might put alerts here and there, but I don't have to sit there and stare at it. Before I had to be there for hours and just, learn that. But now I can kind of see what's going to be there for me, if anything. And so that's what I'm happy about, really. I'm a little frustrated still that I took a loss, but at the same time, I'm happy that I'm growing from AIHS and just some habits, and I'm really trying to grow out of these habits because that's the main focus here. If I keep up the habits, then I'm not going to be successful. And during one of my interviews here recently, they asked me, what's something that I've learned or something that I'm most proud of in terms of an achievement. And my answer to them, and I'll share it with you, is that I'm getting the ability to stop comparing myself to someone else, to the better trader, to the trader who's just making millions, to the salesman who's just killing it, to the executive who's just above me, whoever it is. I've done that constantly because I've always had goals to be better than that next person, which helped me a lot in a lot of parts of my life. But in trading, it taught me it does not help, at least me. And so what I'm proud of and that I've started to learn and I'm working on every day and even today is I ask myself the question, especially today, because when I miss SAEX, that was frustrating, but I asked myself, am I getting better from yesterday? And in this case, from last week as well. Am I improving? And yes, I am. I mean, yesterday I made no trade because no opportunity. Today I made one trade because of one opportunity, and I didn't revenge trade. I didn't jump right in right away. I waited, and that's what I did. And so I'm happy about that. And at the end of the day, I'm just going to, I just gotta hang my hat on that. And so that's what I'm proud about, that I'm focusing on. And my biggest accomplishment really is trying to compare myself from the day before. And that's what I want to focus on. So, yep, hopefully tomorrow we'll see some better opportunity. I'm not done for the entire day unless nothing shows up. As of now, I'm done. I don't anticipate it, but there's potential that maybe MYOV, since it's going to rotate its float, since it's up 162%, it's up from $6 yesterday to 16, just hitting 17. There's a possibility there's a play here, but at the same time, there may not be. And so like the odds, I would say for my type of play, are about 25% it would show up at the end of the day. So more than likely I'm done. And GNPX is now coming down a little more, but it's very slow. It's very controlled selling. There's no panic selling. I mean, now it's at 75, and the low has been really, 75. I mean, it breaks it for like a half a penny, then recovers. That's a frustrating trade. It's already rotated its flow, and it's something that I'm glad I didn't reshort, because I would be stressed right now thinking, okay, I was already wrong. And I know, like I said before, more times than not, when I cut my loss, it means I'm on the wrong side of the trade, meaning I shouldn't be short. Or it's going to be a very headache trade, even if I'm on the right side. And so right now it's proven that. So hopefully this helps you guys. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share this with friends. I really appreciate it. And I really like the conversations I've been getting on YouTube. Thank you guys. Oh, and thinking about it, I'm on YouTube and all the other podcast platforms. Where's my English here? Just look up B space the space trader, be the trader, and you'll be able to find me. So thanks, guys.